People were just fighting here. I don't know what's happening. It's it's been like 12 hours without electricity. Look at these guys in the car. It's been like 12 hours without electricity. In the guest house there is no water. It's like I cannot even shave. It's crazy. It's been you like they charge like 25 $30 here. I don't know, this country is not worth it. Like high prices, I don't know what are they doing. Look. And apparently the president is supposed to come today. Look, look now, he's chasing them away. I don't know what other people. Then the policeman is chasing them away. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel called Dudy Traveling. As you know from the previous video, I started telling you a story, and as many of you actually requested, because you wanted to know the horror experience that happened to me in Zimbabwe. In the previous video, I told you about how I caught the attention of the police and how they actually arrested me. So I told you this all started on the 1st of August. And now in this video, I want to continue with what happened next. What were the following things, how we got accused and charged, how we went to the courts, and unfortunately how we actually ended up in prison. In the next video, I will tell you about the thing, how the life in the prison, how we spent 3 weeks for me and 4 weeks for my cameraman in prison with not a proper case. And later I will finish up this series of videos telling you about how the last court went and how I actually got deported. Can you imagine? So on the 2nd August, that was Friday, we were, as instructed, we arrived to the CID station. We had this kind of Caesar form. Where are all our things listed that were seized. Here is even the law that nobody wanted to show us. And we came with this to the CID, requesting them to give our things back. It went all right, but everything was so slow and nothing was really happening. So we decided to go to the hotel and contact a lawyer. Later on, this lawyer was called Grace. We arrived with her back to the CID, and she started like questioning the police, what are they doing and so on. However, in a while, she went with the police officers into the room. I think it was the office of the chief, and they spent there like at least 20 hours or 30 minutes. I couldn't even keep track, and it started to be a little bit strange. When she left the room, she stood and she pointed at me like, "You're gonna get accused, you're gonna get charged." I was like, she completely changed. I got a little bit scared. She told my cameraman that he will not. So I asked her about like, what is the charge? Oh, they don't know yet, they are still thinking. I was like, okay, like, later on, it went on back and forth, and later on they gave me a charge that I was alleged from publishing or communicating false information prejudicial to the state, as defined in section 31A of the criminal law codification. I was like, okay, can I understand that better? I asked the lawyer. She said, in a while, she said, this section is actually not a law. This article was claimed unconstitutional in 2014. I was like, okay, great, that's good. They cannot do anything. They cannot charge me from a law that does not exist. Okay, then the police officers went and they said they will charge me with criminal nuisance. I was like, what is criminal nuisance? It can be everything. I was like, yeah, but I need to know like what it is. They can say just whatever they want. I was shocked. So I was telling them like, look, this is not criminal nuisance. Then later they explained us like initiating public or something. I didn't do anything like that. So they went on back and forth, and later she just came to my friend and she was like, okay, you're also gonna get charged. In the meantime, the lawyer was just giving us papers with different sums of money, just negotiating about the price. I don't know, like, I don't think this needs to be done so, like, suspiciously. Anyways, everything went on, and later, when these first two charges didn't really fell into the ground, on a good ground, they just added another charge. They just told me they're gonna charge me from cybersecurity. What is cybersecurity? Like if you hack someone's computer or something? Okay, I was really confused. Unfortunately, I knew it's not gonna go well. I requested to call and get in touch with my embassy. That was a lifesaver. That was really very important. And I talked to my ambassador, and I've already started hearing something about Sadak. I don't know what was Sadak. I only found out later on when I got out of when I was like first week in the jail, that SADC is a meeting of Southern African countries. And like, but what is the reason? Why do you need to put people in prison because you have a meeting? So the day went on. It was a really terrible experience at the police station. The officers were interrogating, they were like intimidating us, laughing and so on. Remember that the other time when they searched our bags, they couldn't find anything for my cameraman, anything to accuse him of. So they just decided to put an artificial penis and some sex things into his bag, and they just claimed it's his. They didn't charge him though. That was the craziest thing. Anyways, I was charged, and I got, I believe it was this paper, request for remand, where I'm charged of publishing or communicating for statements prejudicial to the state as defined in section 31A of the code, of the law code, I guess. And we had to head to the next building. There was the CID building, and the neighboring building seemed to be like the police station. I think it was divided like this. We arrived, and remember, my friend was still not charged. He was asking him like, okay, what am I accused of? What I'm charged of? Like, why am I going to detention? It was really crazy. They searched all our bags. It took hours. They really took every single piece, every single sock of mine, every banknote, wrote the serial number. That was actually done very well. And it was very late already, and they told me, okay, now let's go to the cell. We went through the corridor, and then I appeared in, like, there was like a yard with open sky, and I didn't want to go there. I was persuading them. The police officers were actually very nice. I was telling them like, look at my case, what happened? Like, there is not even a case. Like, can somebody do something? I was totally desperate. And the police officer was so nice that he was even thinking like, yeah, I could try to negotiate, like maybe you could go to sleep in the office or something. Unfortunately, his boss completely didn't allow it, and he pushed me in the cell. And there it was. It was a small cell, like 3 to 3 meters. First, we came through the bars. There was like a gate from bars, and then there was a floor with this thing with the hook for the chains. It was crazy. There were 5 people. They threw blankets on me. Later on, I found out they gave me like 3 blankets, while there were 2 cuddling under one. So they treated me nice. We didn't talk, but me at least, I couldn't sleep. But the night I was pretty much safe. I survived, I would say. And then in the morning, they took us out for breakfast, and suddenly we were supposed to go to the court. I was getting this kind of also this paper. I don't really know what when I got it actually, but here it says that, for example, I'm allowed at the state expenses to contact a lawyer. No, I I'm allowed, but it was not possible. I can challenge the lawfulness. I can consult a lawyer, a medical doctor. I will tell you about that later. When I got sick in the prison, and nobody wanted to contact the doctor. I have a right not to be forced to make a confession. That's also another thing. To be advised of the reason of your detention. Just imagine my friend. He was detained without any reason. To approach the High Court, I was also denied that. It was like every single thing, every of my right was just violated or broken. Anyways, we went to the court and I was thinking it's just a nightmare, like they're trying to scare you, then we will go to court and everything will be fine. At the court, we met with another lawyer from the same company, something like Chivumbire something. He was called Knowledge. He was the colleague of Grace, of the lawyer from the day before. And he started asking us, he took notes, but he was not really interested in details. He was more together with the police officer. They locked in the room. We were hearing a lot of laughing. Yeah, like it was really strange. And for example, when I wanted to talk to the lawyer and I told him like I have the right to talk to you privately, and the police officer just laughed. He himself just didn't say anything. So everything when I was saying it was in front of the police officers. The police officers who took us into the detention cell. From the detention cell, they transported us with a car. There was just empty bottle of alcohol, like they were drinking the night before. Anyways, we arrived to the court the 3rd of August. We were still outside, outside the court in the civil thing and civil clothes and so on. And the court started. We went for the first hearing, and my lawyer said the application. I'm not gonna go into all the details. They stated everything that I was taking the video, but it's not an offense. There's actually no allegation that the video was published. It was just in my phone. However, the state said there is an offense. That taking the video, he was and saying what I was saying is prejudicial to the state. So unfortunately, they said that because I was recording the video and I saved the video into the phone, it means publishing. I was really shocked about it, and I got scared. I really got scared. Remember that I didn't publish anything. There was no evidence. The only evidence that I published was that I have a video in my phone. That's nothing with publishing. Second, my lawyer was also arguing that, saying that there is no electricity is first of all not a lie, and second of all, everybody would be in prison because at some point everybody had said maybe to call the family like, hey, we don't have electricity now, I'll call you later. Later on, it was the hardest thing. The judge said that I have to go to the remand prison. The same followed for my friend, who was still confused because he still didn't really get the proper charge. It was just changing all the time. And we got into the car. It was like a pickup with bars, and they transported us. And I was like, okay, maybe they just want to show everyone in the city that they can detain a white person. They want to show that they are strong, and then they will just release us. We didn't even go to the police custody. we went to a prison, to a remand prison, but it was technically exactly as the prison. There were prisoners on the one side and the not convicted people awaiting for the court on the other side. As I told you, I will speak about the conditions in the prison in the next video. I was really scared. As soon as we entered, you could see the looks of the people. Already, all of the guards, all of the police officers, all of the people around, all of the workers, the staff, they were harassing us. They were mentally torturing us. It was really crazy. And then we arrived to the prison, and everybody was just laughing, like whistling, like yeah, that's gonna be a good night. I freaked out. Like I was like, okay, now somebody has to come and tell it was a fucking joke. But nobody was coming. And it was getting dark. Or not even dark, it was around 4:30, 5 p.m. And we had to go to the cell. I really didn't want to go. I didn't, but I was totally desperate. When we entered the cell, we were in the cell 15. There were about 27 other prisoners. It was not, the cell was like 4 meters by 7 meters. I think it was meant to be for like 6 maximum or 8, let's say, if they would be packed. We couldn't even sleep because we were just packed, lying on the floor, on the cold floor. Somebody just threw us like some old blanket, and I was shaking, I was freaking out, and I didn't know what to expect from the other prisoners. They seemed to be nice, like all the all the stories, all the movies, like about the abusement, about the violence in the prisons. So I was super scared. I didn't want to accept anything from anybody because you have to pay back, right? So at first everybody stood up, and when the doors closed and everything, the guards left, everybody stood up and started saying "Digri mashuma, digri mashuma, digri mashuma" 3 times. I don't know what does it mean, but we followed. We did also the same, and we said the reason why are we here. I was already tired repeating it. Every single guard, every single person at the court, they were asking us the same name. Why are we there? And we just didn't even know. I was taking a video. Some officers were laughing, like, taking a video, it's not allowed, blah blah blah. Anyways, the first night, I must tell you, it was a sleepless night. It was already the second night. The first night at the prison cell, and also the night before, I couldn't really sleep, where we were back in the hotel. But nothing really happened. Everything was perfect. At night, everybody was talking until pretty late, and suddenly everybody stood up and started praying. In the small cell, they were pretty loud, but it was okay. From the other cell, though, I heard like people were clapping and shouting very loud. I was like, oh my god, that's where the raping is going on. I was super scared. In the morning, I was at least like calming myself, like, here we are safe, nothing happened, the people are fine. We met a person. There are a couple of key people. I will talk about them, but I will never tell their name. And there is Peter. We met at the CID department. Peter is a fake name. I want to protect their privacy. So this person, somebody was telling me that there is another white person, but I didn't see him around. But later on, we will also talk about him. And then there was John. John was really helping us a lot. It was another cellmate. So we knew we have to survive until Monday. I was like, Okay, one more night, then we go to court. They will say everything is fine. The court will. I didn't even understand how the court can take up such a case. But I was just calling myself, Monday, everything will be over. Just one more night. Finally, we woke up and it was Monday. They chained us here and down on the legs as well. And they transported us to the court. Before transportation, since the morning I was shivering. I was not feeling well. I didn't sleep for a long time. I didn't eat. I told you I started a hunger strike. So I was told I was really weak. I was shivering. They took me to a medical center, to a small clinic. Like there was a doctor to measure my bodily functions. Remember, I have a right to consult a medical doctor of my own choice. No, even that doctor just checked my blood pressure, which was above 190, which is a very serious condition already. They checked my blood sugar, which I don't know the results, but even already the blood pressure was too big. Then they just said, it's okay, you can go. So we went to the court. It took a really long time. We arrived with a transporter with 2 other prisoners, convicted prisoners, who didn't even have the chains. They were working there, they were cooking the lunch and so on. It took forever. Like, we spent so long. In the morning, I think it was the morning when we got in touch with the lawyer. He came to us and I told him, like, look, there is no video, and if the video is published, it's somebody else who published it, because during on Thursday night, when they were interrogating us at the police station, they actually took my phone and they sent it to themselves on WhatsApp, and I have the WhatsApp message. Remember this, it will be a bit important. So we were waiting already, so exhausted, and we went to then we were taken to the court. They were always telling us which court. We didn't know, we didn't even understand what's going on. There were like 1 to 6 courts, 1 to 6. Sometimes they would just change the room. I don't know why were they doing this. Anyways, we arrived to like a room 2 by 2. There were up to 14 people at some point. And we were just waiting. It was really cold and tiring. And suddenly, finally, my trial came. It was Monday, the 5th of August. The first thing what the prosecutor said is that before we proceed with the bail application, the state wishes to make an application to erase the alternative charges of criminal nuisance. At some point I was relieved, because this was the charge I was scared of, because I had no idea what is it. And they just followed with the publishing false information based on the law that does not exist. I was like, it's just ridiculous. So then my lawyer started his defense case. He was stating that I'm a tourist, that I have a passport and everything, that what happened, and that the police later decided to accuse me. He also said that there is no evidence that I actually published anything. Second, he said that the law is not a law. To me, it seemed like, as he said, if charge does not exist, does not constitute an offense, it follows the arrest and prosecution is unlawful. Later on, my lawyer talked about the presumption of innocence. I don't know if you guys know about the presumption of innocence, but it's one of the basic cornerstones of law, that every single person is perceived and treated to be innocent until he is proven guilty by the court, right? This was already not happening. He also talked about the fact that they made a commitment, or like they contacted the embassy, and the embassy made a commitment that I will stay in the jurisdiction, that I will follow everything that's there, and that they will ensure while I'm on the bail. However, the lawyer was also talking about the interfering with the witnesses, because it was one of the things that could make me stay in the prison. He said that I'm not gonna interfere with the police officers, right, who are the witnesses. These things followed later. After that, after his presentation of the defense, the the prosecutor started saying that, yeah, there must be compelling reasons, but where for the detention, where there are no compelling reasons, right? But they fear I will abscond. That's not a reason. If you fear, it's not a reason. The second reason why the prosecutor was saying, the second reason why I have to stay is again interfering with the witnesses, and that there is an overwhelming evidence that I committed a crime because I appear on the video. I was like, overwhelming evidence is actually the video. But anyways, like the video being published, that would be the evidence. Anyways, they called the first witness, the police officer.